Well, good morning, everyone. This is Ron and Dave, and we are show and
Morning.
tell prospecting. Hey, Dave, what's our motto?
If you're not looking, you're not finding.
You've got that right, and boy, have we been looking. We've got some interesting things to share with you today, and I'm going to throw it over to Dave and let him kind of set some background because he's got something special to show you. All right, Dave, take it away.
Yes, sir. Hey, Ron. Thank you. Today, what we have is a reveal. Earlier, we had sent in a florent, a gold florent, into ANACS to get graded. So today, we have that coin back, and we've got the box right here to take a look at, open, and see what kind of results that we got.
Yeah, Dave, can you hold it up a bit as you open it? I'm not sure if that's going to be awkward, kind of like rubbing your tummy and tapping your head at the same time.
Right. Fortunately, I have this really cool little letter opener.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. You're doing a better job of it when I do unboxings, that's for sure.
I'll share with you.
Is that something you picked up?
Yeah, I bought this at auction. I think I paid $8 for it, but it is I don't think it's sterling, but it's silver plated, and it's just
Yeah.
very ornate and pretty.
It does look silver plated.
A sword. So,
Yeah. How about that? It's a beautiful, very ornate.
yep. So that's what I used to cut the box open. Looks like I've got one more corner here.
Yeah, it kind of makes a statement that
ready?
no matter where you go in our house, you stumble over something. We found that in a estate sale.
Right. It's everywhere.
We've got them on the wall. We've got them in the cabinets. We've got them in the bookshelves.
No, I thought I had it cut right.
I bet it's a box in a box, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go. It's out of the box. Now we've got scrap package.
Now, we're assuming that that's your coin, aren't we? We
Yeah,
got a
we're
box
assuming
back
that this is the
together.
coin.
It
So
could be something else.
you never know, right?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
So this says merchandise enclosed,
Okay.
and they sent a little letter. So what they've responded, if you can see,
Hold it. Hold it. So yes, it says modern struck copy, not a genuine coin. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad.
So
But it doesn't.
we
You
got a
know,
little bit of a surprise.
they say it's a modern struck coin, and it very well most likely is because I wouldn't challenge them on it. But they were very nice in making that statement because when coins like that are struck, they're struck to be misleading. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely. Which so it's a good example of perhaps the coin itself, but it doesn't have the uh, it may have the intrinsic value as well. It may be struck from gold. That's not stated on their return, but they do say thank you for submitting it. And
Oh yeah. Hey, here's a slap upside the head, but thank you anyway.
Yeah.
Can you
So,
show the coin?
so has that ever happened to you, Ron? Have you
Has it ever happened to me? What does that look like? That looks like a body bag, a stack of body bags.
You had your share of
Yeah, literally, I've sent
surprises.
probably 400 or 500 coins out to ANACS. I don't recall what the number is, and invariably you get things back in the body bag. But that's just them doing their job, you know.
Yep. And certainly helping people out that it's disappointing, maybe disappointing that so how do you open this, Ron?
We got some scissors or something, maybe.
I guess we just pull it open.
Well, they do a good job in packing them, don't they?
Yeah. Okay. So they returned my little little coin in a slip. So
Yeah.
here's the original,
Yeah.
if you can see it.
You, you know, it's a shame, and that's probably on us. It's a shame that they didn't call out the whether or not it's real or not, metal, gold. But just looking
Right.
at the coin, it appears to be. However, it can be gold tested. You don't want to
Yes.
use acid or anything, but you might want to take it to somebody that has one of those electronic testers where they drop the beam in on it, right?
Right. So that wouldn't be bad. It's still a nice sample, but um, it's not an ancient coin from the 1300s.
So let's say it is gold because it kind of looks like, but let's just say it
Yeah.
is. I'm thinking that its size is probably a gram in weight, maybe,
Right.
right? So that's 131 of a ounce. So because there's 31.1 grams in an ounce. So let me do the math right quick. Let's just say, I don't know what gold is right now, but it's 1800 divided by 31.1. So that would be $58.
Right.
So $58 intrinsic value versus what it could have been. Had it been real, what would it have been worth?
Approximately $3,500.
You know,
3,000 to 35.
as far as I'm concerned, it was worth paying the grading fee, the insurance, and the shipping to know for a fact. Because had
Yeah.
it turned out that it was original, you would have had a real gem there. But you
Yes,
still
it would
have
have been
something interesting, don't you?
yeah, it's still a very nice example of a Florent from the Schroeder hoard, which we spoke about on one of our earlier episodes. So
Mhm.
this is the reveal for that episode where we've sent the coin in and now we've received it back, and unfortunately our results wasn't uh, what we might have expected or very providential. So
Yeah. Hey, could you just kind of refresh how you came about that piece?
this I found at an auction years ago. It was just part of a bunch of coins that somebody had collected, and it was being auctioned off. Uh, so you don't have a lot of expectations coming into something like that. I think I paid $50 for it, which would have been about weight. So presuming it's kind of like buying a lottery ticket. Presuming that it's gold or not plated, and that it isn't a fake. There's a lot of ifs in something like that when you're looking at a high value target, especially something that might be relatively easily counterfeited.
Yeah.
So that's what the case was here.
So let's just take that as an example. There's three if, right? So
Right.
let's say there's a 50% chance on each of those that it comes out positive. So zero point 0.5 times zero point 0.5 times zero point 0.5. That says that you have 0.125% of a chance that it would have been real because
Right.
that's a
Right.
probabilistic multiplication, right? So you had
Right.
less than a half a percent chance of it being real. But hey, I would have done it too. That would be my point.
Okay. So yeah, you find gold, you're kind of interested in, and I've been had plenty of times by myself thinking that, oh, I've got something gold here. I've got actually several examples around here where I've bought that lottery ticket and been very disappointed with the results.
So you mean you've got the body pile laying around there? So
Yeah, yeah. And I always refer that to as my cost of education.
oh yeah, you buy your education. You
Yes,
really do.
you buy your
Yeah.
education, and when something doesn't uh, fails to turn out as you might have expected, you've been educated.
Yeah. Well, how about me showing one of mine real quick, and then we'll wrap
Yeah,
this episode
come
up.
on, Ron.
All
So
right, Dave, I'm going to pop something up here and let you tell me what you think it is.
well,
Well,
it's
there's a
got
big hint
well
on it.
right on it. It says NV 200, and it says night vision. Tasco is
When
what's on the sticker there.
Yeah,
So
when I did
everything's
the original search, it was saying that these were originally made in Russia, the earlier ones.
yeah.
Of course, that's a hot topic right now. We know how their hardware is standing up, don't we,
Uh-huh.
over in that conflict? But
Well, it's probably a good thing that's the case, right?
yeah, it's in relatively good shape. And it had a problem with the switch, this slide switch here, uh,
Yeah.
this slide switch here, up top. And I manipulated it a bit, and then I just put the barest minimum amount of a drop of oil in there, loosened it right up, and it works like a champ. Right.
Wow.
So I believe I might have bought it for $20. It's been a bit when I first acquired this, but originally when I got it, there were listings on eBay, sold listings and this is a while back, that was in excess of $100. Brand new, I've seen the modern ones, $1,800. Now, the sad news about all that, it's kind of sad but good, right? There is a listing right now on eBay that's been sold. The exact model, well, it's not a 200, it's a 1200 model, right? You see that right there at the bottom, NV
Yes.
1200.
NV 200.
Yeah, this one's the 200, but the one on eBay is a 1200 and it's sold for $50. So
Wow.
I guess I get a lot of enjoyment out of using it, but
Right.
I did there's more value here than what I paid for it. By the way, the fallacy on this one, the one that sold on eBay on August 12th, it sold under 14 bids or with 14 bids for that $50 and $7.50 shipping. So had they just listed it on a regular listing, they probably would have gotten the I will say the secondary market price of it versus a bid price. Because if you don't have enough people who are interested in something like this bidding on it, you're going to give it away for free. And I've gone to auctions. David, this is no lie. We went to a little auction place up the road here. So this has been probably 10, 12 years ago. They put up a tiger wood bedroom suit in that auction. It was a dresser. Of course, it had drawers in it, the mirror. They had a chest of drawers. They had the nightstands, and they had the headboard and the footboard. All that set, all of it, gorgeous, and probably been made in, I don't know, the 20s and 30s. It was exceptional. It sold for like $75. The whole set. I can't imagine, there was no reserve on it. I cannot imagine that the owners were happy with that. So that's the risk that you run.
Well, well, there's a lot of things that go into auctions, and we presume that there's owners involved.
Mhm.
Sometimes auctions are a result of estate sales that where the owners have passed away and they no longer have any connection to it,
Yeah,
and it may be part of settling their estate. So,
that's that's
right,
true. But still, when you think about something like that,
yes,
you really don't want to give it away. I think there's a message here, and that message is when you find something of value, you want to choose very carefully the venue in which you sell it.
absolutely,
Because if you don't choose right, what can happen is something like that Tiger Wood bedroom suit. It's sold for a fraction. Another auction I went to, and I think you've gone
right,
to that auction with me in the past. It's no longer in business down in Granbury.
yeah,
Whoops, I just pulled the cap off. It's down in Granbury. I have seen down there a Pepsi Cola 1950s bar stool sell for $450. And
wow,
in that same auction, I saw a sailboat. It was like a 15-foot sailboat with trailer sell for $250.
wow.
And I was trying to get a hold of my brother because I didn't have a hitch on my car. I was thinking, where am I going to store it if I bid on it? and by the time that was over with. I could
Right.
not believe that.
Hmm.
So that's the reason why people go to auctions.
Right. You can find some treasures, and if you don't have competitions where you start a bidding war, you can pick up some really good finds.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, like you pointed out, Ron, if you're taking something to auction, there is the possibility that perhaps your audience that you're trying to reach to get your prize isn't there. If they're not present and somebody just has a mild interest in it, they may want to pick it up for that bargain.
Yeah. So there's something that you can do, and I don't know why this family didn't. You can put a reserve price. What's a reserve price, David?
Reserve price is where the bidding starts. Uh, some auction houses are really reluctant to establish reserve prices because they may not get a bid. And if the object doesn't sell, they don't get paid.
Right.
So there's always that risk when they do that.
Yeah.
Some don't ever want to. I see where some do, and personally, that tells me the professionalism of the auction house if they can and they will and they do, because that means they know the value or their audience that's going to be there.
Exactly. Well, there's another way they handle reserve prices too. The auction doesn't necessarily start at the reserve price. Nobody knows what the reserve price is,
Right.
but the auctioneer will tell you there is one. And then he'll go about the auction. And if it doesn't reach the reserve price, it doesn't sell. And I've actually
Right.
seen auction houses not sell something because it did not reach that value. And that protects the seller. But in any
Right.
case, I have also seen that it didn't reach the reserve price, but it was close enough. The auctioneer went ahead and sold it and made up the difference out of his commission to the seller. And I think that's a class type of auction house. It's up to their discretion if they want to do
Right.
that.
And I would agree. I mean, that's pretty impressive if they'll do something like that
Yeah.
to make the sell for their customer.
Right. Right.
I think I have my terminology a little bit mixed up there, Ron.
No, I think
A starting price versus a reserve price.
yeah, no, there are people, if they get a reserve price, they may try to start the auction out at the reserve price. So that it can work that way. But generally speaking, they're not going to share what that price is until it's met. All right, Dave, I think we've rambled on enough in this episode. I really appreciate our viewers joining us, and hopefully they'll come back and see what else we have to share. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And David, what should they be doing?
If they're not looking, they're not finding.
You bet. Hey guys,
Keep
all
looking.
the best. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.